Hello, and today I'm going to be looking at how I did at the regionals and my deck list amongst a couple of other bits that will be coming up hopefully this week. So, first of all, I'll get into the deck list before I talk about how I went. And, well, the token gives it away, but I was playing Blue Eyes and Vote for this regional on Saturday. I really like Blue Eyes. It's a nice deck because of the new cards. It bricks a lot less. I was on the Invoked package, which is cheaper than the Primite, and I think really nice. It lets you play around Nibiru. So yeah, I was on that. I'll give a bit more thoughts on it later. So, I'll go through my list. Two Blue Eyes White Dragons. Yes, 2. This is the right ratio for the deck now. It's just so searchable, so you don't need to worry about it. 1 Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. This is optional. You don't need to play this, but I quite like having it in, as it's a bounce. And now I've got them, I'm about to use it as a Metaltronus target index. 3 Sage. This is one of your starters. It's also one of your tuners, and it lets you add tuners, level 1 light tuners to hand, so it's really useful starter to get you into Blue Eyes combos. 3 Maiden. Again, level 1 light tuner. Gets you out True Light already active on the field if you discard it, and it can summon itself when you summon a Blue Eyes if it's in the graveyard, so it's really nice for synchro plays. 3 Wishes. This lets you discard, so if you have no starters, you can discard a card to add a level 1 light tuner and a spell and trap that mentions Blue Eyes, except for another copy of this card, and you can banish it from graveyard to equip a monster to a Blue Eyes, so it makes it really easy to special summon out Tyrant Dragon. That's what you're after. 1 Raw. This is one of your targets for wishes. Lets you summon out Blue Eyes from deck, banished or graveyard. And you can also banish it from graveyard as a fusion summon if you've got them materials in hand. Muslim of White. Search stuff. The field spell lets you do a second normal summon with level 1 light tuners. Also lets you foolish a Blue Eyes from deck to give 800 extra attack for the turn to one of your monsters. Searchable by the link one, so you only need one of them. 1 True Light. Because it's recursion with Maiden, you can run out 1. Protects Blue Eyes White Dragon. Lets you special summon one from special hand or graveyard. Or set a trap, spell or trap from deck that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon with a different name from what I can control or in my graveyard. Ultimate Creature of Destruction. 1-off just means if my opponent tries to do anything, I flip this. Target any of my Blue Eyes monsters. It's unaffected by card effects except its own. Cannot be destroyed by battle, and it destroys your opponent's monster instead of yours during the battle. And then if it's in graveyard, you can set it if you normal or special Blue Eyes, but then it's banished when it leaves the field. Not needed, but it comes up occasionally. And 1 Ultimate Fusion. This just lets me make second tyrant with a blue eyes and a dragon on my opponent's turn and pop one. If with one blue eyes, I'll pop two face-up cards with two blue eyes, so it's a nice board breaker fusion. Onto the Alistair section. 2 Magical Meltdown. This field spell is just a 1-card combo. Ideally you'd play at 1, but I'll explain why I'm on 2 in a minute. When you activate it, you add Alistair, then focus a hand from deck to hand. It also means when you do a fusion summon, monsters cannot be negated, and they can't activate effects with a monster, so it just protects your fusion summons. 2 Alistair Invoker, and this time I'm running 2 of the field spell. Ideally I'll be on 3rd, but Alistair's getting a reprint, so I'm not 2. But I found 2-2 worked for consistency, so 2-2 or 1-3. So this lets you add Invocation. So you can either use it to gain 1000 attack and defense on a fusion monster till end of turn, or if it's normal, summoned or face flipped up, you can add one Invocation from your deck to your hand. So it gets out the fusion spell. And it's a level 4 spellcaster, so it lets you set up the link one for blue eyes. Then Invocation. Fusion summon a fusion monster from extra deck using monsters from your hand. If you're summoning an invoked, which is what I use it for, you can also banish monsters from field and or either player's graveyard as fusion materials. And if it's in your graveyard, you can target a Polish Alistair the Invoker to add into the deck. Shuffle this card into the deck and add Alistair back to hand. Then my non-end, well, the other bit I was running was 1 Bestial Magnamot. It's useful because you can chain block your opponent's Bestials. It also just helps remove certain things from their graveyard, and you can, in the end phase, search out. You can add either Blue Eyes or Jet Dragon to hand, so boys can get back a dragon. Onto the non-engine. 3 Ash Blossom, just standard, nice hand trap. 3 Failure. 1, it's a nice hand trap. 2, because it's a level 1 light tuner with Sage on the field. If I've got Maiden, I search out Failure. It is just that, and it's also can be used as a second normal summon in some situations to make your synchro plays. 2 Ghost Spell. Bit of an odd one in main for some people, but it is a level 3 tuner. But what's useful about it is it stops graveyard plays. So either adding cards from graveyard to hand deck or extra deck, especially summoning monsters from graveyard, or banishing cards from graveyards. This can be useful against some decks like Ryzeal, with Eclipse Twin and a couple, Ice, summoning back stuff from graveyard. It just stops them, or just stops any bestial plays. So that's nice. Then I'm on 2 Ghost Ogre. It destroys monsters and spells and traps that already face up from the field effects. But this one is the only hand trap that lets you just normal summon it and it still uses its effect from field. And that actually came up once I had to normal summon it, but then I could use it as a negate on my opponents. 2 Nibiru in main. Bit unusual, but it gives you going second place because you can break their board. It's a nice board breaker. Also, it's a nice discard target for wishes, so it doesn't actually break your hand going first if you draw one. 3 Imperm, just nice negate, that's playable from hand if you're going second, or just being able to set and lock out columns. Call by the Grave, 1 off, again useful to stop graveyard plays against most decks, and yeah, it's just really good stopper. And then 2 Talents, useful to draw 2 or take control of opponent's monster, or to shuffle back one of their cards from hand if you don't want it. Particularly useful where there's loads of hand traps if things are getting played. So that's the main deck. I've got onto the extra deck. We have 1 Spirit with Eyes of Blue, gets you out your field spell. It can also tribute itself to summon out Blue Eyes, so you can Blue Eyes Recursion, turn 1, you can set up some really good boards. 1 Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres, just needs 2 dragon monsters. If it's an extra monster zone, you can quick effect on your opponent's turn to tribute from hand of a monster from hand or field to return 1 face-up card on the field. If this card's tributed, you can also special summon out a dragon from hand or deck. It becomes a 0 attack defense, so you can remove this because this is 0 attack, bring something else out like Jet, let it get destroyed, and then finish. 1 SP Little Knight, you make plenty of extra the monsters so you can get the banish on summon, and quick effect you can temporarily banish to end phase. Not so good against Malice, but you can do a lot against other decks by banishing certain things. 1 Invoked Mechaba. During either player's turn, when a spell, trap card, or monster effect's activated, you send the same type of card from hand to graveyard, you negate and banish that card. Turns out, against Malice, this can be quite useful. I'll explain a bit more in a minute. But it stops a lot of decks playing because they don't want to play Nib. 2 Tyrant Dragon, not affected by negates, easy to special summon out, with wishes equip a Blue Eyes monster to Blue Eyes, and it lets you reset traps, so in a trap play. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, 1 off. This is your quick target to make Tyrant, because in the graveyard you can banish it if a Blue Eyes monster's targeted to negate. Onto the synchros, which is what most of this is. Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, level 7, you can hard make this with Bestial Magnamot, or you make it off Spirit Dragon, because when it's special summoned, or level 5 or higher monster on your special summon to your opponent, you can return a special summon monster back to hand, so it's just a nice, okay, cool, send it back to hand, I don't want you to have that on the field. Night Storm Dragon, useful in Blue Eyes. As you target spells and traps on the field up to the number of monsters in your graveyard +1 to destroy them, so it can be a pop 3 if you have both Blue Eyes, or it's a pop 2 with 1 Blue Eyes. And it lets you reset a spell or trap in your graveyard if it's destroyed by battle or card effect. So again, it's got some recursion for the low number of traps and spells. 1 Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. Again, you can hard make this, but it's normally made of Spirit. And it just stops your dragons being targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. But if you hard make it, you can, during a standby phase, you can target a normal monster in your graveyard to special summon. So it's another way of getting Blue Eyes out. Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. The main synchro monster you're making, because it stops your opponent special summoning 2 or more monsters the same turn. But it does stop you, but you're not worried about it in Blue Eyes. If the effect's in the graveyard is activated, you can negate as a quick effect. Also, if you tribute this as a quick effect, you can special summon a Light Dragon synchro monster from extra deck in defense position, accept another copy of Spirit, but destroy it during the end phase. So, getting out that Moonlight, getting out that Sure for a turn is just useful. Or to get out this next one, Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. So this protects your graveyard from being banishing cards from the graveyard, so it shuts off Bestials quite nicely. It's a quick effect negate, gain 1000 attack until end of turn, so it gets to 4/5. And if it's destroyed by a battle card effect, you special summon a Light Dragon monster from the graveyard, except itself. This means you can go make Spirit Dragon, tag out to Ultimate, end phase, Ultimate Spirits destroyed, like card effect, bring back out Spirit Dragon. And then Neurologic Aggregator. Can't make this. This is simply an Ultimate Slayer target. Because when it's sent to graveyard, you get a target 1 face-up card on the field to negate its effect until end turn. Onto the side. Speaking of Ultimate Slayer targets, 2 Ultimate Slayer. Your opponent can activate monster effects in response to this, so you send a monster from the extra deck to graveyard, target a monster your opponent controls with the same card type, and then shuffle into the deck. Aggregator, target Detonator, or I've got enough synchros and fusions to pop other stuff, but it's really good against Ryseal. Then, Skill Drain. 1 off, pay 1000 life points to negate effects for face-ups. If you've got Tyrant on board, this just becomes Tyrant control. They can't out it, because Tyrant's unaffected by traps, and they're effectively left with normal monsters. 3 Droll Knockbird inside. Really nice, stops decks going, okay, I'll draw now for a turn, so you can stop Ryseal. It's good into Ryseal, which is one of the main meta decks, but it's good into Blue Eyes as well for the mirror match. 2 Chaos Hunters. This is some of my anti-malice tech that didn't really come up. You discard a card to special summon this, and your opponent can't banish cards. I don't think it's as good as Lancia. Some people think it is, but I don't have Lancius, so I'm on the Chaos Hunter. The third Nibiru, just in case I'm fairly certain I'm going second. I just want to have a better chance of seeing a board breaker. 2 Lightning Storms. Again, going second. It's maxed at 2. Lets me destroy their board, either attack monsters or spells and traps. Really funny against Blue Eyes, because you do this called spells and traps, and you hit True Light, and you just board wipe them completely if they don't have answers to it. Harpy's Feather Duster. 1 off. Used to be a main deck, but in the side, again, it's just another useful against spell and trap decks. And then Solemn Strikes. Pay 1500 life points to negate summon activation of monster effects or special summon monsters to destroy. It's useful against a lot of decks, but yeah, that's the main stuff. So how did I do? Well, I went 1 and 6. Fortunately, the one win was a bye, but that doesn't show the picture of the full day. First up against Rysel Fiendsmith, round 2 Lab. Yep, they just dominated, but we lasted quite a few turns. I think Lab went to time nearly, and we nearly went to time with Rysel Fiendsmith, but I just didn't have the ability to keep up with them with the hands I pulled for the win. I then went up against Red Dragon Archfiend, where I won game 1, lost game 2, lost game 3. But as with all the rest of the matches, I was going to game 3 and they were tied. Unfortunately got the bye round 4. Went up against Centurion, round 5. That was a good battle. I beat them game 1. Game 2 they set up Chaos Angel, which I just couldn't out because it's made by a light and dark, and then they blaze our Chaos Angel on me game 3, and I just couldn't play. Round 6 was against Excess Sister. Game 1, I just got the right cards and with accurate bits just stopped them from playing. Game 2, they had a really good hand, I just couldn't play into their board. And then game 3 went down to the wire. It was we were both on about 1,000 points each before they just won with Martha plays. Really good match. Then last round, Malice. Game 1, I Macaburged their Chessy Cat. They had no plays, so they didn't really feel the need to banish it back, and basically skipped game 2. They just went full combo and I couldn't get round it. And game 3 went down to the wire because we both drew less than optimal hands, and it just was who could draw into their best cards first. So that was the regionals. I made a couple of mistakes, but overall I was quite happy with my first regionals being most games going to game 3. I would probably slightly modify the deck a bit, but I'm overall happy with how things went. Hopefully this week I should be picking up my box of Maze, as that's out this week, so as soon as I've clicked on that I'll do a box opening and get that up. Yeah, I'll see people later. Bye.